A very lovely afternoon to you. It's always a pleasure having you in the news. This is Nationwide. My name is Ogochukwu Ona, and we are reaching you live from Abuja. You can follow this news on all our social media platforms. Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye arrives State House on his first visit to President Bola Tinubu. We'll bring you details of this report in our subsequent bulletin. And our President Bola Tinubu has promised that his administration is committed to unlocking the human and natural resource potential of Ogoni land while ensuring the environmental and economic security of Nigerian communities. The President made the commitment in a meeting with members of the Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers of Ogoni, River State, who visited him at the State House. State House correspondent Musbao Danuhab reports.
We are the post that shut down oil operation in 1993.
1993 recorded many events that have shaped the history of Ogoni land. An upheaval that significantly halted oil exploration in the area, and months later, the renowned environmental rights activist Ken Saro-Wiwa and some other youths of the land died in the struggle. And now, over 3 decades later, Ogoni leaders have got a new resolve.
We have declared oil resumption in Ogoni open. We will give our support to the President.
This is a new thinking, apparently born out of determination not to miss out on the potential wave of developments coming under the current administration.
For 31 years, there has been no meaningful economic activity in our land. We felt that we should come on this SOS visit to Mr. President, asking him to come to Ogoni and save our soul.
But along with their desire to encourage resumption of oil and gas exploration in their area, they equally have some conditional requests, which include acceleration of a lingering cleanup of their environments and inclusion in the developmental process.
OML 11 is one of the largest, if not the main largest block in this country. And we have asked the President to unbond it. Ogoni has several fields. And by whatever name, break it down, allow Ogoni people to have their own field, and see how we can use that to better the life of our younger generation.
Now, they have brought all these demands to President Bola Tinubu. And from the President, a renewed assurance as he pointed to the need to be committed to uplifting the livelihoods of the Nigerian people, ensure a better country for the future generation, which he said must begin with healing the wounds of the past. He assured that the Ogoni cleanup program, which he inherited, will be pursued diligently and honorably. The President expressed satisfaction that the Ogoni people are now committed to peace and stability.
I believe that if it is unbundled, the economic activities of the Ogoni people will pick up. That is to say too that people within Ogoni area, they will have something positive to do. So there's nothing wrong about that as long as Mr. President gives approval to that request.
Ogoni land comprises Eleme, Kana, Gokana and Tai local government areas in River State with several oil fields. From the State House, Musbao, then Rahab, NTA News.
Vice President Kashim Shettima is currently chairing the 141st National Economic Council meeting and the first physical meeting for the year 2024. Governors and other relevant stakeholders are expected to discuss on the resolve of the renewed hope administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to leave a legacy of prosperity and opportunity for all Nigerians. The last National Economic Council, which was the 140th, held virtually and endorsed the implementation of the $617.7 million investment in digital and creative enterprises program in the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. We'll bring you details of that reports in our subsequent bulletin. And our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is advocating collaboration between the federal and state governments in ensuring industrial growth and rejuvenation of the nation's economy. The President made the advocacy in Lafia at the second edition of Nasarawa Investment Summit. Ali Tijani reports that the President is represented by the Minister of Trade and Investment, Doris Anite.
It is the second edition of the Investment Summit, organized by the Nasarawa State government to showcase economic potential of the state to investors with particular focus on agriculture, solid minerals and oil. President Bola Tinubu joined other captains of industries to re-echo the need for Nigeria to explore potential at state levels for accelerated development. Minister of Trade and Investment, Doris Anite, commended the state government vision to make Nasarawa an investment destination.
Initiatives like this investment summit are pivotal in showcasing the vast opportunities awaiting investors across all sectors of the Nigerian economy.
Governor Abdullahi Sule says his administration is committed in leveraging Nasarawa state potential for wealth creation.
The summit will further expand our existing pathways to leverage on the industrial, agricultural, and mining sectors towards enhancing inclusive and sustainable wealth creation and economic prosperity.
Joining visually from New York, Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, Minister of State Police Affairs, Iman Suleiman, Chairman, Senate Committee on Capital Market, Ahmed Ali Wadada, representatives of African Development Bank and Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. They all commend the state government for the summit, describing it as a platform to share experiences, ideas and business opportunities that the state can leverage. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
How Africa can win the war against cancer by promoting the culture of early detection and treatment of the scourge is on the front burner again. This time at a high-level regional seminar on cancer awareness program for member states of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. The seminar, under the patronage of Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, aims to share knowledge and mobilize resources towards rolling back the prevalence of cancer, particularly breast and cervical cancer among women, acknowledging several initiatives of the current administration in cancer management, including improved budgetary funding for health in 2024 and expanded access to cancer treatment. Nigeria's First Lady says reversing grim statistics of cancer prevalence in the country in the last 5 years is a major priority, starting with mobilizing resources to promote early detection.
My office will continue to partner with all stakeholders to address the challenges of late presentation of cancer cases to health facilities across the country. We will leverage on the existing health infrastructure and other stakeholders, including local and international non-governmental organizations, to reverse the trend of cancer incidence in Nigeria.
We in the House of Representatives, and by extension, the National Assembly, recognize our role in the fight against cancer. The House will work with the First Lady to enact a National Cancer Act to reduce cancer mortality through comprehensive measures.
Worried by the cumulative toll of cancer on the continent, First Lady of Turkey, Emine Erdogan, urged Africans to promote good dietary system and leverage their rich medicinal resources. Presenting situation reports on cancer management in their various countries, First Ladies from OIC African member states, including Sierra Leone, the Gambia, and Islamic Republic of Mauritania, emphasized the need to forge alliances and raise awareness on the deadly disease. Now, the federal government is seeking collaboration with the International Atomic Energy Agency on the containment of cancer ailments in the country through the use and application of the atomic energy. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, expresses readiness of the government to work with the agency when its Director General, Rafael Mariano Grossi, led a high-level delegation on a courtesy visit on the SGF. Kenneth Nanim reports.
When we talk about the high-level delegation from the International Atomic Energy Agency is in Abuja to attend the regional seminar on promoting cancer awareness and advocacy programs being organized by the Organization of Islamic Communities. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, is taking advantage of the visit to re-emphasize the serious health challenges cancer ailment has continued to pose on Nigerians and the need, therefore, to foster stronger partnership in the fight to reduce its burden in the region and across the globe. The SGF notes that various countries of the world are now adapting to the use of nuclear science and technology to solve socio-economic challenges, and Nigeria cannot be left out in this breakthrough.
This initiative is not only timely, but very significant. We are to address the challenge of cancer burden in the region and beyond. We must do all that is necessary to ensure that we catch up and expand the benefits that we get from the peaceful applications of nuclear science and technology to make it affordable and accessible.
The Director General, International Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Mariano Grossi, pointed to the health and other socio-economic challenges Africa is facing as a result of cancer ailment, and the agency is poised to support Nigeria in harnessing its atomic energy in nuclear medicine and other areas of concern. He also emphasized the need to employ the use of irradiation techniques in reducing the scourge of cancer by protecting foods and water, amongst other healthy practices. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
With the recent flag of the Renewed Hope initiative of the First Lady across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, coordinator of the program in the FCT, Adedayo Benjamin Slani, has continued to get in touch with the hard-to-reach areas in the territory with humanitarian gesture. Aisha Obali brings us up to speed with the reception in communities so far.
Assumption of office, the President Bola Tinubu administration rolled out 8-point renewed hope agenda, mostly people-oriented, with a view to alleviating poverty and empowering the vulnerable for self-sustenance. Through the Office of the First Lady, the Renewed Hope Initiative is coordinated. The Renewed Hope Initiative flagged off across the nation and the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory. Ramatu Abubakar, a full-time housewife, is one of the beneficiaries of the First Lady's Renewed Hope Initiative. She believes with this empowerment, she can now be self-reliant and contribute to the family.
Yesterday, I made 1,500 naira, and for this one, I'm likely to make 2,000 or even more.
It is just the wisdom, like the Rwandan model, of bringing women into the place of modeling, engaging interventions for community action and for administrative deployment.
Visiting the leprosy colony, the 1,000 naira grant for the elderly, the grant for women in agriculture flagged off for the North Central State, and in Jos precisely, just to mention but a few.
The grant was for women who are already in that value chain. So it could be agrarian, livestock, poultry, aquaculture, we are working with you to build it. So yes, they've identified that. But Her Excellency has extended it for it to be 100.
She says the First Lady's Renewed Hope initiative covers a whole lot of program, all in a bid to deliver on the promises made to Nigerians. In Abuja, Aisha Ubali, NTA News.
And Aisha Ubali is standing by for an update on that report. Aisha, tell us more on your observation of the humanitarian services within the FCT.
Thank you very much, Ogochukwu. Just like I already highlighted in that report, it's a humanitarian intervention which has been flagged off across the zones in the country. And so FCT has queued in to start implementation of that intervention. Now, but something has to be put straight, which is people have been asking, is it women, just women intervention? No. The slogan of Renewed Hope initiative is better life for families. So from that slogan alone, you understand that the initiative is supposed to reach every family in Nigeria, but specifically giving priority to vulnerable groups. That is why this intervention has already been put in place, and the people coordinating it have hit the ground running. Now, if you look at in my report, I talked about the leprosy colony. The coordinator here in the FCT has visited most of the area councils and other vulnerable groups. She has visited the leprosy colony. There was an initiative on 21st of December to give grants to the elderly. And 16th of April precisely, the North Central flagged off its agricultural program in Just, to be precise. She has gone to meet the widows. She has gone to the orphanages. She has been crisscrossing, just like I said, touring around the FCT to see that they meet the initiative gets to the grassroots, because it's a community-based initiative and it's people-oriented, meet the people that is supposed to cater for. Now, what is the package in this program? We have is an all-inclusive intervention. We have the health, which is supposed to give a full-range health care to Nigerians. We have the education, giving scholarship to Nigerians. We have the agricultural aspect, which is supposed to provide farm tools and equipment, and even training for small-scale farmers. We have the Zero Hunger initiative and Zero Hunger initiative. It's all encompasses social investment, economic empowerment, so that people can start up businesses. So if you look at the package in that program, it's an all-inclusive intervention that is to meet every vulnerable Nigeria. Now, looking at Abuja, Abuja is a cosmopolitan city, yes. So this intervention, because it's also being flagged off in other states and they have their own coordinators, so it is here in Abuja. So long as you're a resident in Abuja, you are also entitled to be part of this intervention or be a beneficiary of this intervention. But just like I said, specifically is looking at the vulnerable groups first: girls, women, widows, people with disabilities, and the rest of them.
I'm sure you've interacted with some of the beneficiaries there. So what are their responses? Are they excited about this?
Very, very excited. Like the woman, Gariki village was one of the communities that was benefited from this intervention. One of the first point call for the coordinator, who is Adedayo Benjamin Lani. This is the first place she visited while she was going around the FCT. So most of the women I met, they were really happy. They applauded this program. They have commended the First Lady, and they are appreciative. But just like Oliver Twist, they are still asking for more. But I believe that with what we have on the lineup, I think the other communities as well and the area councils will be reached out. You know, we have 62 wards in the FCT, and she has been visiting the FCT coordinator Adedayo Benjamin Lani, who is also the mandate secretary for Women Affairs, has been visiting these communities, and I believe is going to cover those communities that they've already mapped out. But I must speak about the structure. There's a structure already put in place? How are they going to reach more communities? There's a structure already in place, because in other states, the state governors have been integrated to coordinate the activities of the Renewed Hope Initiative. So, but here in the FCT, she is integrating the traditional ruler's wife in the communities, because they know the people in the communities, so that they can cover more people, they can reach more people.
All right, very, thank you very well, Aisha, there for that wonderful update. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll now be heading to Lagos, where NAFDAC is selling adulterated cosmetic outlets, and Hingino is our guide.
Thank you, Ogochukuka. Acting upon its mandate to regulate and control the manufacturing and distribution of food and drugs, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has sealed about 5 major distribution and retail outlets specialized in promotion of adulterated cosmetic products. Lanre Belei, who was part of the NAFDAC's operational entourage, reports.
Acting on credible information and intelligence report, officers of the agency caught up with some shop owners unawares and found them culpable of distributing and selling the unregulated cosmetic products.
Bring the receipts. Bring the receipts. Bring the receipts. Anything that you think is useful to you from this shop.
The team leader, after sealing some shops, said the alleged adulterated products will be subjected to a laboratory test.
Any product that is not registered, we cannot vouch for the quality and safety of the use of this product by the general public, since it is our mandate as an agency to safeguard the health of Nigerians and ensure that all regulated products are safe and of good quality.
He also revealed that those found guilty of the law will be charged to the court for distributing and selling unregulated products with a fine of 5 million naira as stipulated by the law if found guilty. In Lagos, Lanre Belei, NTA News.
Now, in talking security, winning the war against insurgency requires concerted efforts of all and sundry, especially through civil-military relations. That is why the Nigerian Air Force is using its 60th anniversary to render free Medicare to residents of Shasha who took full advantage of the gesture in Lagos. Lynn Leneke reports.
Insecurity and protecting the territorial integrity of the country has remained topmost priority of the armed forces. This time, the Nigerian Air Force is not at the war front, but are providing comprehensive medical care to residents of Shasha, where they also operate. This initiative, which is part of activities heralding the 60th anniversary of the Air Force, is aimed at strengthening the already existing cordial relationship and access to medical care and other humanitarian service to its host communities.
This condition whereby your blood pressure consistently increased to 140/90.
Oba of Shasha and residents are optimistic that the gesture will in no small measure assist and provide succor to the less privileged in the community.
This kind of a thing is being going on every year by the Air Force. You know, it's a welcome thing, it's a welcome idea.
The experience people have against the military personnel is that they are brutal. But coming to the grassroots like this, embrace them together, you make them to feel that they are the person they can rely on.
This medical outreach by the 041 Communication Information System Depot, the commander said, is a non-kinetic line of operational activities and a directive from the Nigerian Air Force leadership to boost the civil-military relations.
Not only the Air Force provides security, we also provide medical services, we provide succor to those who cannot afford.
Medical outreach, which is ongoing, includes general consultation, diabetes, blood pressure and eye screening, issuance of prescription for glasses, and cataract screening. In Lagos, Lane Lenake, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Sokoto after this break.
And thank you for joining us in Sokoto on Nationwide. The 8th Division Nigerian Army Sokoto chapter of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, has joined the rest of the world to mark the 2024 International Day of the Boy Child. Dalhat Abdullahi has the details.
The International Day of the Boy Child was founded in 2018 by a university lecturer, Dr. Jerome Tilkosin, from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The day focuses on boys, their well-being, their needs, to feel happy, healthy, and valued within the family and community. It is a special day dedicated to raising awareness about the unique needs, experiences, and the challenges boys face around the world, and to recognize boys' basic human rights, including access to education, healthcare, and protection from violence and exploitation. The celebration at the 8th Division Nigerian Army Sokoto by the NAOA featured procession by school children from the parade ground to 26th Battalion Gate and back to parade ground. The chairperson 8th Division chapter of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Florence Godwin Matkot, brought goodwill from the 23rd President of NAOA, Mrs. Maria Abiodun Lagbaja. Mrs. Florence Matkot challenged parents, caregivers, family members, and the community to carefully listen to boys, care for them, and ensure their access to basic necessities of life to guarantee a better life and prosperous future for them.
Let us commit to creating a world where the boy child will be mentally sound, a world where good morals and uprightness are the watchword.
Highlight was paper presentation by an educational psychologist, Dr. Abubakar Boysifawa of Shehu Shagari University of Education, titled Always Do What Is Right, a Tip for Self-Protection. The theme for this year's celebration is Celebrate and Protect the Boy Child. In Sokoto, Dalhat Abdullahi, NTA News.
Vulnerable people in Kebbi State are to benefit from 23,982 assorted food items courtesy of the federal government. Governor Nasir Idris flagged off the distribution in Birnin Kebbi. Abdul Muhammad Bawa reports.
The distribution of the food items was out of the federal government's effort to cushion current economic realities to ease the suffering of the vulnerable in the country. The food items distributed in Kebbi State include maize, sorghum, and millet, among others.
Based on the directives of Mr. President, 20% of the food items due for each local government area should be given to religious organizations and 3% to be given to boarding schools in the relevant local government areas.
Governor Nasir Idris applauded President Tinubu's administration for acting in the right direction of providing the food items when the people are in need.
Your dedication to the ensuring the well-being of citizens, it is truly commendable, and I am confident that this initiative will bring much needed relief to those who are struggling.
The items were allocated to each local government area in Kebbi State for distribution. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Muhammad Ba, NTA News.
And that's it from here. It's back to Ogochukwu in Abuja for the continuation of the news.
Thank you, Asmao, in our Sokoto Network Center. A strategic dialogue on the achievements of the Tinubu administration in the first year in office on delivering the renewed hope agenda is expected to come up tomorrow, Friday, May 17th. Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hassan Hadeja, said the dialogue is expected to deliberate on how to advance the gains made in the first year, symbolizing collective effort in transforming the country's prosperous destination.
Dialogue will provide a comprehensive analysis of the government's policy priorities and the delivery mechanisms that have been instrumental in translating the President's vision into tangible results. This introspective analysis will enable us to celebrate our successes, learn from our challenges, and refine our strategies moving forward.
Strategic international partnerships are the bedrock of our approach to unlocking capital, harnessing global experience and expertise. We aim to explore opportunities across multiple sectors, leveraging the strengths of our international partners to drive the delivery of the renewed hope agenda.
Agenda through enhanced international cooperation, opportunities and challenges is the keynote address to be delivered by the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris has commissioned the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC 97.3 FM station. The minister promised to encourage other relevant public sector agencies to do the same and contribute to the task of informing, enlightening and sensitizing the public. Sali Ugwanara reports.
Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Rather than using the eagle eye in search of economic and financial criminals, 97.3 FM station is hitting the Nigerian airwaves as a step to boost sensitization.
For us in the FCC, owning a radio station is not just a status symbol, but an important organ of mobilization against graft. Communication offers us stronger weapons for breaking half-truths, lies, propaganda, insinuations and other distortions of the works that we do.
Anti-corruption fight is a war, and we do not expect that the other side will sit back without fighting too. Today there is so much misinformation and distortion of facts, especially on the social media. All the efforts to fight back. EFCC Radio 97.3 has come to correct this narrative.
This, the minister acknowledged, is in line with the ministry's core pillars.
It is indeed very important for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to be deliberate and strategic about shaping the narratives around the all-important war being waged against corruption in our country. Rest assured that the Ministry of Information and National Orientation will do everything within its power to support you achieve your goals and objectives. We will also, working through the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, ensure that we encourage other relevant sector agencies to do likewise.
Stakeholders described the gesture as timely with the capacity to boost the Commission's communication agenda. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
And now talking politics, ahead of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has advised security agencies to check the use of the power of incumbency to deny opposition parties access to public facilities, television and radio stations, which sometimes result in breakdown of law and order. He gave the advice at the interagency consultative meeting on election security held in Abuja. Mayor Ogidi reports.
The Edo and Ondo governorship elections have entered second half. The players can sometimes be desperate. Desperation that can compromise security. So, security agencies need to brace up and be on the alert.
I urge you to keep your eyes on the electioneering process with a view to preventing violent attacks or negative mobilization.
Referee that has mastered the antics of the players, the INEC boss narrowed his findings to serve as a clue for the security officers.
The use of the power of incumbency to deny opposition parties and candidates access to public facilities, such as radio and television stations, public buildings for their campaigns and rallies, or even outdoor advertising through the imposition of excessive fees and levies, often result in the breach of the peace. We should be a bit more careful in our deployments in terms of the numbers, so that we will not burden the system.
This meeting with security agencies rounds off the second quarterly consultative engagement by INEC with our stakeholders. Mayor Ogidi, NTA News.
Kemi Akiwande is in our Ibadan Network Center to bring us more reports, one of which is that of the 2024 pilgrimage.
Ogochukuka, and welcome to Ibadan. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has urged prospective pilgrims departing for the 2024 pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia to represent the state with dignity while upholding its values as they embark on their spiritual journey. Kende Omolosho reports that the governor's call is coming as the first batch of pilgrims is scheduled to depart on May 18.
In his address at the farewell held for the intending pilgrims, Governor Makinde emphasized the importance of showcasing the rich moral values of Oyo State to the rest of the world. He challenged the pilgrims to foster goodwill and promote peaceful coexistence among themselves during their Hajj, regardless of the part of the state they came from. Governor Makinde assured the pilgrims of the state government's support throughout their pilgrimage, as their safety and welfare is paramount to his government. Chairman Oyo State Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board, Sheikh Wahab Olamide Atere, expressed gratitude to Governor Makinde for giving prompt considerations and approvals to requests pertaining issues affecting the welfare of the pilgrims. The body says had secured a befitting accommodation very close to Aram for the pilgrims.
To inform Your Excellencies that local meals have been included in the menu list of our pilgrims. It is also worthy of accommodation check-in issued for our pilgrims in Mecca, as each pilgrim will now his or her room right from Ibadan here. We have indicated their hotel and room number in each pilgrim's identity card.
A total of 1,070 pilgrims will be airlifted from Oyo State in 2 batches. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Estranged chairman of the Oyo State Park Management System, PMS, Mukaila Lamidi, popularly known as Auxiliary, declared wanted by the Nigeria Police Oyo State Command, has been arrested for various criminal activities within Oyo State and kidnapping at Okeogun and Ibarapa axis of the state. Grace Ayonleke reports that this was during the routine media briefing and parade at the command headquarters, Eleyele.
Sequel to the manhunt launched against sacked chairman of the Oyo State Park Management System, PMS, Mukaila Lamidi, popularly known as Auxiliary, the fugitive chieftain has eventually been apprehended in an interagency raid that lasted 11 months.
It has become imperative to affirm to the general public about our resolve to deal decisively with any criminally motivated individual or group who intends to flip the state retrogressively into the historical dark age of the Wild West.
Recall that he was declared wanted on the 2nd of June 2023 by the Oyo State Police Command in connection with offences ranging from murder, attempted murder, arms dealing, armed robbery to kidnapping, amongst others. A coordinated intelligence-led raid on his Diamond Hotel residence at the Egbeda area of Ibadan between the 30th and 31st of May 2023 led to the arrest of 78 suspected PMS members for alleged involvement in civil disorder, those who are currently serving various jail terms, and recovery of sophisticated firearms and dangerous weapons. He is now transferred to the judiciary for onward prosecution in Ibadan. Grace Ayonleke, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. We'll join Muhammad in Kaduna after the break.
In Kaduna, more than 1,000 people in Kaduna State have benefited from free medical care services courtesy of the Nigerian Air Force. Haruna Muhammad reports that the medical outreach is in commemoration of the Nigerian Air Force at 60.
With the motto, willing, able and ready, the Nigerian Air Force has over the years been a crucial component of the military tri-service war against terrorism, banditry and kidnapping. This medical outreach is part of activities lined up to commemorate Nigerian Air Force at 60. Bashir Jafar, Ahmed Yakubu and Rehana Aminu are among beneficiaries of the medical outreach.
We're giving medication here free. There is the eye section, dental section, there is lab. They will be giving medicine free. We are so happy.
It's very important
and people participate, and I think they are extending the good gesture to the community. We thank them, and we are using this opportunity to tell them happy anniversary, 60 years.
Special guest of honor, Air Training Command, Air Vice Marshal Nnamdi Ananaba, says the Nigerian Air Force deem it fit to give back to its host community, being that health is wealth. He explained that the beneficiaries will undergo medical consultation, free eyeglasses, sugar and blood pressure check, malaria test, as well as counseling, all free, among others.
This is just part of our appreciation to the people of Nigeria, to show that yes, you have supported us and we are ever ready to protect you whenever we can.
This is a very good effort made by the Nigerian Air Force, making them 60 years. So we appreciate their effort and we thank them, especially, even me, I went tested and they gave me advice.
The medical outreach by the Nigerian Air Force is part of its corporate social responsibility and also in commemoration of the Nigerian Air Force at 60. In Kaduna, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Power, has kick-started Jigawa Energy City project, aimed at generating over 1,000 megawatts of electricity in the state. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
Led by the Assistant Director in the Federal Ministry of Power, Dino Tomitope, the team says the Federal Ministry of Power is ready for the uptake of the project, which was initiated by the previous administration but could not continue due to some issues that cropped up from the side of the Federal Ministry of Power. The team's visit to the state, therefore, is to finalize the preparation for the commencement of the federal project in the state.
The Jigawa Energy City is a 1,000 megawatt solar park that has industrial layout, it has an university, and it also has a lot of ancillary services based on the master plan study that has been done by GoPark Intech, a German consultancy firm. The study was sponsored by the African Development Bank.
Governor Umar Namadi expressed the state's readiness to grant all the necessary support to ensure the success of the projects because of its importance to the economy of the state and the country. He, however, appeals to the Federal Ministry of Power to play its role efficiently and guide the consultants involved in the project appropriately to get things right.
I'm appealing to the Federal Ministry of Power. This project is not a Jigawa project, it's a project for this country. And like you said, this project will definitely improve industrialization in this country, will provide employment, and will reduce a lot of issues, problems that we are having in this country. So I think it is important the Federal Ministry of Power take this project very seriously this time.
The 1,000 megawatts of power to be generated from the projects when completed will go a long way in boosting the industrialization plan and addressing many economic and unemployment challenges in the state and the country at large. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And that's our contributions from Kaduna back to Ogochukwuka Ona in our Abuja studio.
Thank you, Mohammed Umar Jingi. Now, concerned over the rate of brain drain in the health sector, the Nigerian Medical Association has expressed readiness to work with governments to stem the tide. In a communique at the end of its 64th Annual General Conference held in Calabar, which produced new national executives, the association observed with dismay the shortage of human resources and inadequate infrastructure in the health sector. The group also distanced itself from euthanasia, the practice of ending a patient's life to limit the patient's suffering. While commending state governments for their contributions to the development of the health sector, as well as improving the welfare of health workers, the association says its doors are open for collaboration towards improving the well-being of Nigerians. And now, sports update.